Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Steve with Real Progressives. Welcome to Real Progressives, my friends. Tonight, I'm going to take a crack. We've got some big shows coming up this weekend. This weekend is a really, really big freaking joint for Real Progressives. Tonight, we've got a Jamu Baraka. Trish will be taking care of a Jamu at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time. Then at 10 o'clock, Savage Joy is going to be talking with Kenneth Mejia. Saturday night, Jolt and Joe Firestein will go live. And then Sunday night, I've got both Bill Mitchell and Stephanie Kelton. I've got both of them on the screen with me at the same time. That's like sick. That's crazy. It's awesome, right? I've been doing this for years now, and I have never had that kind of talent at one time on a show with me. I almost feel guilty having them both on at the same time. How great is that? Well, I'm going to take you guys through a couple things real quick that I think are really important to kind of cue this weekend up so you guys are all excited and you guys can contribute and share the message with everybody, because this is big stuff, man. We're just volunteers, right? We're making things happen for you all, for ourselves, for our families. This is a collaborative community, man. We work together to make this happen. So let's talk about this. Movement for a People's Party. Not this weekend, but the following weekend, the Sunday after, I'll have Nick Branya on. And I'll tell you why I'm going to have Nick Branya on. As you all know, we have made a merger with Revolt Against Plutocracy. Victor Tiffany is now, we've always been buddies, but now we're working together. Okay? Now we're working together. He has the activism pillar of Real Progressives. And that activism pillar, as Revolt Against Plutocracy, is pushing the CFAR pledge, Contract for American Renewal. This is a pledge to get every candidate that we can get to sign this pledge to commit to real, honest-to-God, progressive change. This is a phenomenal opportunity for us to get these candidates on the hook to do something meaningful. And if they don't, we've got a pledge there. We've got their signed contract, like the Republicans have with the Norquist pledge. We will have a progressive pledge to hold these folks accountable. But anyway, so as we work with Revolt Against Plutocracy, Victor went in front of the Movement for a People Party's national organizing call. He told them the pitch about what CFAR was, the Contract for American Renewal. And he sat there and he said, we would like very much for you all to sign on and endorse and push the CFAR pledge as well. And in a landslide vote, the Movement for a People's Party signed on to pushing CFAR as well. That's huge. The next part of this, and this is where it gets really exciting, because we work with progressive champions, Real Progressives champions, and we interview candidates, and we have CFAR candidates, we're going to start making sure that we really, really elevate candidates that are out there pushing a progressive agenda and are on the hook for a progressive agenda. And let me tell you something. Tim Canova signed the CFAR pledge. Amy Vilela signed the CFAR pledge. And many, many others have signed the CFAR pledge. Marcia Squire signed the CFAR pledge. So there's 27, maybe even 28 or 20, it might even be 30 by now. 30 people have signed the CFAR pledge. So why does this all matter? Let me bring it back to the thing with the Movement for a People's Party. Tonight, the Movement for a People's Party put a list of what their platform stands for. And let me tell you something. They clearly show, folks, they clearly show that money is not an object. They get MMT. It's in their platform. So we've got Nebraska Green Party. We've got so many folks, the Pennsylvania Green Party asking me to run for an MMT platform, knowing that I am an MMT guy. Now we've got a movement for a People's Party sitting there putting this stuff in their platform. And then you take it even further, and I got a message from Eric Bloss of PIP saying that they are currently evaluating and doing research on Stephanie Kelton and looking at MMT as well. Folks, I'm telling you right now, we're going to take this country by storm. And those of you who have helped Real Progressives out, you know who you are. We are doing it, folks. We are doing it. Now, not by ourselves. There are a lot of other people that are doing great work. I don't want to take anything away from them. We're all in this together. We're all fighting this battle together, and it takes every last one of us to do this. But folks, I am watching a tidal wave of people waking up and understanding what the hell economics is all about. And why does this matter? Let me tell you why this all matters. You're going to start seeing people that say the old stuff, the lies, the idiocy of old, bad economic thinking. And you're going to know the truth, and you're going to listen to them talk, and your head's going to explode because you won't be able to tolerate the bullshit anymore. As you saw, I took Jill Stein's own words, and I, as kindly as I could, as gently as I could, because they are allies, right? They're allies, even if they aren't very intellectually sharp when it comes to economics. They are still very much our allies. And I want them to get it. I want them to get it. And I want them to push Howard Schweitzer the hell out of there and embrace economic truth, so that the people that support the Green Party can achieve great things with this coalition of parties. Okay? The left needs to come together. Progressives need to come together. And like I said, flashing back to Movement for a People's Party, go to their page. Take a look at Movement for a People's Party page. Look at the post about their platform. It's a beautiful PDF, and it's very well done. I would add that there are some issues that I had, minor issues. They're not bad. It's just minor issues, right? They talks a little bit about taxing and wanting to tax people for this, that, and the other. You know as well as I do, at least from my standpoint and the things that I've taught you and Ellis has taught you and L. Randall Ray has taught you and others, that the issue isn't about raising taxes or paying fair shares and all that stuff. The issue is having enough tax on the economy to keep the dollar moving, and not making taxation be the central theme of programs, because the real issue is the goods and services, not the tax, because we don't need to raise taxes to pay for things. We might raise taxes to improve income inequality or to change behaviors. So that's the one issue I take with it. But it's not even that specific, and it's definitely up for a vote, which is why I'm bringing it up to you now. They've got a link out there for you to add comments, for you to review their platform, and to look. Go to it. Take part in democracy. Here's an opportunity for your voice to be heard. Here is an opportunity to be a part of something that's growing and blowing up. And folks, this is our time. This is our time. And it doesn't matter what party you're in. Do you understand what I'm saying here? This is about our movement. And when I say our movement, I'm talking about progressives as a whole, but I'm also talking about the subset of progressives. That is the real progressives. That is us who understand economics down to the nth and really want to see massive change so that we can thrive. There was an article. It didn't put it up on Real Progressives. I put it on my own wall just because I try to give the spacing for the algorithms on the page a little bit of breathing room, because they're choking us down, folks. We need your help. But on my wall, I put two articles up, one by George Monbiot and another from, I don't know the writer's name, but it's from the publication called The Conversation. And it's about neoliberalism creating mental illness by desperation, by isolation, and by hopelessness. And if you heard my talk the other night on YouTube. And if you haven't, please go to our YouTube channel and check out my talk on the gun situation and neoliberalism, okay? Understand this. We have created a country. We've created a culture, and we're trying to export this culture around the world. And this culture of privatization, this culture of isolation, this culture of bootstraps, rising up by your bootstraps, makers and takers, Ayn Rand from the dead, is literally infecting us with a virus. The Democrats have it, the Republicans have it, the LOL libertarians have it. And sadly, many progressives have bought into this, as you can see in many ways. This neoliberal cancer is a rogue strain virus that is going to literally have us at each other's throats. It's going to have us to the point where killing people is just the norm. Because unfortunately, we can't see the tie-in between neoliberalism and the despair of human life and our daily existence. Now, if you guys want to know how to change all these problems, you should understand that most everything is requiring access to real resources. Whether it be reparations for African Americans and others that were affected by slavery, whether it be some other form like a federal job guarantee, or whether it be healthcare system for all, or high-speed rail, or whatever. It all comes down to access to real resources, which our federal government has. And when we make life easier on you and I, when we stop ratcheting up the pressure, and we stop making everything a life and death decision, because we literally have enough bandwidth to make different choices. How many of you have the ability to quit your job tomorrow, take a couple months off, and consider what it is that you want to do with your life? I don't. If I miss a day of work, I'll miss a major bill, whether it be electric, whether it be my car, whether it be my mortgage. If I miss a few hours of work, I will literally be behind the 8 ball for the whole month. This is a very, very tense feeling that I carry with me, which I just pour out by doing live streams and running Real Progressives. I get that out of me, and I feel like I'm doing something about it by doing this. Okay? But I want you to understand, though, that when you've got someone like a Movement for a People's Party that is openly embracing these beliefs that can help save lives, that should be applauded, and it should be absolutely supported. And when you see someone like David Cobb block someone like myself for trying to push this truth to them, they should be castigated for that. Okay? There is a real life and death struggle going on here. And it's going to evidence itself by more and more and more violence. More and more and more blood on the carpet, blood on the ground. And I hope it's none of our children. But let me tell you, when you see a Movement for a People's Party's platform, you say, now that right there, my friends, that is a common sense platform. There's no weird shit. There's no conspiracy garbage in there. It's human stuff. It's real people stuff. It's not weirdo shit. It's real people stuff that can help you and help your kids and help your family and help this country. Instead of diving into rabbit holes, it's dealing with the real problems straight on. And I loved it. When I read it, I felt so much hope. And that's what I want to see for you all. I want to see us continue to push that boulder up the hill. I'm constantly reminded by my own team, Steve, progress is progress. Stop getting upset because the ball isn't rolling 100 miles an hour. Be happy that the boulder isn't rolling over you, that you're still inching that boulder up the hill. But folks, if you've ever been around me, and I'm not talking about live streams, I'm talking about real life, okay? If you've ever been around me, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I'm a bit of a focus-driven dude, okay? I am far beyond driven, all right? I want this to happen now. Why? Because we've got environmental problems. We've got people literally dying right now, not next week, not next month, right now. So I'm fighting as a man who is desperate to save both of those. Like, I literally feel, if you can relate to this, take a moment to consider what I'm saying. In my heart, in my head, I can't sleep sometimes because I think, how can I get this message out there broadly enough, fast enough to get a movement together so we can save more lives? I mean, I'm not joking. I am literally not joking. I sit there in my office, and in between calls and whatever, I'm literally going in my head and I'm saying, how can we save lives? How can we pull this off? Oh my God, it's too big for me. Oh my God, it's too big for me. And then I say, it is too big for me. Not me, us. Not me, us. Not me, us. And when I remember that, it's not me, us, when I remember that, I say, we are going to do this. We're going to win. We're going to win. We are absolutely going to win. And I will not stop. See, this is the one guarantee I can give you. I can't tell you I will be able to do a million things, but what I can tell you is that I can stay focused. And I will continue to passionately, straightforwardly, committedly, with every ounce of my person, keep pushing that boulder up the hill. That you have my word on. But I need your help. Not just in activating, not just getting the word out, not just sharing our live streams and sharing our posts and helping us on Twitter, helping us on YouTube, helping us on Facebook, and helping us with donations. But actually going out there and talking with these other groups, helping us build bridges, helping us heal old wounds. Folks, let me tell you something. I have bought more enemies over the last 2 years than any human being on the planet. And do you know why? Because I shattered people's self-esteem when I explained to them that the beliefs they had about the economy were not true. When I demonstrated to them that they weren't true and they doubled down on it and I kicked their ass with the truth, they hated me. And they created cult leader this and cult leader that and Steve this and Steve that. And folks, now people are waking up. We got to heal those wounds now that they've woken up. We got to heal those wounds so that we can build that coalition. We need to get people away from the old troll days. We need to get the social media troll crap out of the way and get unified so that we can fight. And folks, when I talk about fighting, I'm not talking about just candidate A or candidate B or party A or party B. I don't care what party you are. If you're a Republican and you believe the stuff we are believing in, folks, I will join arm in arm with you. If you are a green, a socialist alternative, whatever, we support you if you are in the light about economics. If you have bad economics, you're going to struggle. I'm warning you, you will struggle with us because we are 1000% committed to truth. We allow zero deviation from truth, and we allow zero myths and legends. It's just the way we go because we're not here to play games. We're here to save lives. And that, my friends, is what the differentiator is. And that's why when you help us, you volunteer for us, you donate to us, etc., we promise you, we are committed to what we say. The things that you're helping us with, we will do every single day. I've got 600 videos to prove that I do this every day. Every fucking day. I'm living this, dying for it. And I want you to help because you are required. We need people that can do activism to help out with the CFAR pledge. If you're interested, sign up on our wall. Click the sign up button and let us know who you are. If you want to help get these candidates to sign the CFAR pledge and you want to pitch in and help support that, let us know. Sign up on the wall. If you want to help us with video editing, or you want to help us with graphics, or you want to help us with writing, or you want to help us with organizing, sign up. If you want to just help us with social media, or you think you understand business, or you understand bookkeeping, or you're a lawyer and you have some pro bono hours to throw around, sign up. We need your help. We need it. We absolutely need it. And so let me finalize this by saying that as you're watching, we will have won this war when we have everybody pushing in the right direction. When we have that, there's nothing that can stop us. But it requires every one of you to get committed. Once that light bulb goes on, once you realize the truths we're preaching, once you realize it's unassailable truth, then you can take that knowledge, whatever community you're in. MMT economics is 1000% intersectional. If you're an African American and you live in an inner city, or if you're a Hispanic person and you're dealing with immigration, you need to know MMT, because MMT is the great equalizer against the oligarchs, against the plutocracy, against neoliberalism. And it's the tool that we're going to use because it's truth. It doesn't have to be implemented. It's there. We're being snowed. We're being lied to. So we must be the truth. We must be the warriors that push that truth to every politician. We must be the people that push that to our parties. And we must be the ones that go to our local television stations and our local student unions and our local street corners and any town halls, you name it. And we must be the truth tellers with signs standing there proudly, telling them, we know that you can afford every single thing. Stop keeping us desperate, because the desperation is what's creating mass murderers. It's what's creating xenophobia. Because guess what? When the jobs are scarce, you start looking around for who might take your job. Those Spanish people are going to take my job? Get them out of here. We got to get them out of here. Folks, this is ground zero. And we're going to win. We're going to win. So remember, tonight, Trish Roberts is going to have a Jamu Baraka on 9:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 10 o'clock, Savage Joy will have none other than my buddy Kenneth Mejia. Then Saturday night, Jolt and Joe Firestone will be live. And then Sunday night, catch me with the two OGs, Stephanie Kelton, Bernie Sanders, former economic advisor and fellow at Sanders Institute, and Bill Mitchell of Australia, one of the original founding members, the development team of modern monetary theory. Folks, we're giving you every tool we have, man. We're pulling out the stops. Imagine what we could do if we had some funding and we could actually move forward and really blow the lid off this joint. Thank you all very much. Tune in. We'll talk to you soon. We're going to win, guys.